Hey, what's up, and welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk. Now, today I'm doing a quick toy unboxing. I managed to pick myself up this bad boy. That's right, that's it. You see him. That's the DC McFarlane Multiverse Superman and Crypto Collector's Edition toy. I cannot wait to check this bad boy out, open him up, and talk all about it. Now, I know a lot of the parts are retooled, but let's check them out. Well, there you go. McFarlane Collector's Edition DC Multiverse Superman and Krypto. Let's check out the packaging. Return of Superman. Now, I also want to show you, if we're looking at source material, here we go, Return of Superman. This is kind of the original source material. So you can see right off the bat, you know, the color palette's a little different. But this is one of the first versions, definitely McFarlane-wise, where we're getting a Superman with long hair. You half expected him to have long hair when he came back in the black costume, which didn't exactly happen. But he's got long hair now. So let's open this bad boy up, check him out. Couple little tabs here. Alright, so it comes with the figure stand, which of course we're going to need, probably. I'm not entirely sure what I think that is. Just a cool little DC plate. And the card. Oh, I guess this holds the card. Look at that. It's a card holder. Very cool. Alright. And the main event, we got Krypto, some hands, and Superman. So, his hair is stuck in the plastic. Alright. So let's check this beefy Superman out. Alright. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. Let's check out this beefy Superman. And he really is. So a lot of this figure is re-sculpted off the that Dark Knight Superman figure that had come out, which I did not end up picking up. He had the face sculpt that only a mother could love. This guy looks pretty good, though. I like him. Humongous build, though. I mean, this is a husky-looking Superman. Beefcakes. Wow. He is definitely the farm boy version of the guy. I'm going to lower the camera a bit so you can see. There we go. Look at that guy. And we got Krypto here. Now, my complaint with Krypto is it is just a solid sculpt. It's weird. It's got some yellow. Oh, yeah. Not great quality control there. It's got the cape. It's kind of like, you know, that Cringer He-Man back in the day. The Battle Cat. That was just kind of a solid sculpt. Wonder why they did that. A little bit of articulation would have been really nice in this figure. Pose him up. Get him flying. I mean, to have Krypto flying would be super cool. Super cool. But just having a Krypto figure is cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's cool. As you can see, he holds himself up. Partly because he's got humongous feet. My golly. Let's check out. He's got, you know, decent mobility here. He's got the double jointed knees. Got the ball hinge on the ankle. He's got toe articulation. He's got the double jointed elbow, but he's just so beefy. That's about what you get. You get a 90-degree turn there. So not much mobility here. He does got the rotator cuffs and all that action in the arms. Pretty good head. No real, not much bend there. I mean, he's not super flexible, but he's as flexible as you might expect given how stocky he is. He comes with 2 sets of hands, fists that come attached, and then some open hands, which I guess you could try to, like, you know, pet Krypto with him. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Or you could use it for, like, you know, maybe Thing makes a cameo. Let's compare this Superman to some other McFarlane figures. Now, again, this guy is supposed to be inspired by the Return of Superman. And so when Superman returns, he comes with, you know, you got the Eradicator, you got Superboy back there, you got John Henry Irons, which McFarlane has finally released, should be coming out in January, and you got the Cyborg. So here's my version of the Eradicator. Here's my Superboy. I've modified his head. I took his head off the Page Puncher edition. Felt like that's a little more appropriate. Even though, you know, the McFarlane one was pretty spot on with the sideburn cuts and whatnot, but I just like this as a little simpler to look at. There is no good Cyborg, so here's my Cyborg I made. I modified him off of a few different sculpts. Obviously, I had to make myself a Superman fighting Doomsday version, so he's all busted up, battle worn, busted up. And here's my Doomsday in the back. I'll put him out of the way. Now, when Superman first comes back after fighting Doomsday, he's in the black costume. McFarlane did this version of him where he's got short hair and a beard. But I'm wondering if we can't swap this head with that head and see how he looks. So let's give that a test real quick. You know, honestly, I'm surprised. I figured this head would have... Check out. Alright, so obviously the paint job doesn't match. But the head sculpt's actually not too bad on this body. Stand up for just a second for me, will you? You're right there. There you go. Now that's not too bad. I mean, if you're really looking for putting together the Death and Return Superman arc with your McFarlane action figures, this is kind of what I would suggest. I would take this head sculpt off of the Krypto and I'd put him on your... I mean, I'd also fix the paint job a little bit here, but that's... That's pretty much what he looks like when he first comes back. Let's check this out real quick. Alright, this is Superman raise it up here. This is Superman when he first comes back. The black suit. There you go. Boom. Long hair Superman. That's looking pretty good. I mean, obviously there are some differences, but this is looking pretty good for a McFarlane version of something, which, if you're looking for the scale and the sculpt, there he is. Ooh, when is McFarlane doing this guy? Well, I got tired of waiting, so I did my version of him. Man, am I gonna keep him like this? This is what I know. I've kind of really gotten off the toy review section of it, but that's what happens. And then obviously, what the toy is really kind of based off of. This is what he's really kind of basing his long-haired Superman toy off of, who isn't as you know, bulky in the comic. When he comes back, he's a little more, you know, he's a little more streamlined, and the suit is definitely darker. That's a pretty good version of it. I almost wonder, now this is the Superman 1000 edition head. Let's check out that guy, this guy. And here he is, sorry, Krypto, on the Superman 1000 body, which, if I'm being honest, that is looking very reminiscent of the comic Superman Returns when he first came back. Now, I will say, I ran into some technical difficulty here getting his head off, and if you are swapping, obviously you can see the color doesn't exactly match up properly. Ran into a little bit of technical difficulties with the head. I had to dunk this guy in some hot water to get the plastic to loosen up. So if you're swapping parts with these McFarlane figures, don't fight it. If it's not going in gently, just add some hot water and he'll pop in and out. Pretty simple. Now, I gotta tell you, that head on this body looks pretty spot on for this, which is what they're selling this toy as, is Return of Superman. There you go, Return of Superman. Color palette is way closer. The sculpt, less bulky, is what he looked like. And the hair is pretty perfect. So if I'm being honest, if I'm going Death and Return Superman arc, this head sculpt works really well on this body. A little bit of, you know, color aside, it needs a little bit of coloring to match. That head works really well on this body also. And it's cool on this body. But I wonder what other heads might be okay on this body. I mean, that looks a little small, if I'm being honest. And that looks a little funny. So I don't know, you got options. Very cool. I think I'm gonna rock this guy out for a little bit. Sticking with the whole arc here. Superman Returns with Krypto. I think that's kind of the route to go if you're looking to put together a slightly more accurate version, comic book replica. I think that's it.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three brothers and a shot of milk.